Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Universal iRacing Series UBN Prospect Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Um, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty getting everything set up, but here we are now as we are getting ready to go qualifying here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're running on the 2008 configuration, so this is before it was converted into essentially a super speedway. As we see, looking right here, number 15, Colby Duckworth, coming on to the track for his first out lap. Michelle Miller, Robert McCain, number 97, he was up and over last week at Daytona. Devin Corey, Carmelo Echeverria, he's still down on pit road. Jackson Brown, just now coming out. Cash Culp sitting. Kai Collymore coming out too. Let's go back, take a look at Colby Duckworth running high for his out lap. On to the front straightaway. He's going to hit the line for his go lap. Drivers, they have 2 laps. It's 5 minutes to qualify. Drivers currently set a lap yet. Let's take a look. Robert McCain, he's currently on a pretty good pace. He's going to cross the line. I believe this is his first out lap. Provisional pole with a 30.265. Now, we're talking about some things here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Currently, as it stands, let's see, Jason W. Hall is currently filling in the 31 as Caden F. Collado has injured his ankle, so you will see Jason W. Hall filling in for him tonight here. Duckworth to the pole with a 30.236. I believe that was his first lap. McCain back now to the pole with a 30.117. Corey up to second. Looking at Duckworth finishing his final lap there. Believe that will be pole. Only up to second. Robert McCain, he's already pulled it down pit road. We'll take a look. Michelle Miller going there. Aaron Schugel, he finished his qualifying run. Currently qualified second, 0.003 seconds behind that 97 machine of Robert McCain. Drivers about 2.5 minutes left. Jackson Brown up to P2. He's already finished his lap. Let's take a look here. See who's on track. There's Kendorian Davis. Kendorian Davis was your Universal 500 pole sitter, did not win the race. Jacob Quill pole. Here we see KD crossing the line. I'm going to put him 22nd fast. Not a super impressive qualifying run. Driving the number 5 truck right there. In other words, we have some general notes about this race tonight. It's going to be the trucks are going to get very loose on the long run here. It's the old Atlanta configuration. I believe that the race distance is, well, I'm not actually sure. I'll find that out in 1 second here. 100 laps. Drivers are going to have 5 tire sets, 1 fast repair, and there's going to be 3 overtime attempts. So if we see overtimes, expect that. We're going to, again, try to take a look, see if anybody else is out on track. There's Jose Aguilar right there, currently P8. I believe he's already completed his laps. Tyler Helms just finished. He's currently 4th. Max Ford wrapping up into P3. Christian Zarate currently P2. Jose Aguilar once again pulling it down. I believe all drivers have completed qualifying. That will mean that the 73 of Jacob Quill will put it on the pole. Speaking of guys like Jacob Quill, he has the best average finish in the trucks at intermediate speedways with an average finishing position of 3.3. Next closest guy behind him is Zachary Trevino with the 4.1. He's our race official today. Most wins in trucks at speedways is also Jacob Quill. As qualifying wrapping up, we're getting ready to take our grid walk here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Letting the drivers get into their cars before we take our grid walk here. We'll start ahead anyway. Starting on pole with a 30.050 blistering fast lap, the number 73 of Jacob Quill. Starting outside him, number 53 of Christian Zarate. Starting in third position, Daytona winner, current points leader Max Ford in the number 11 Toyota. Starting outside him, Tyler Helms in that number 1 truck. Starting fifth, Wyatt D. Thompson, the number 77. Robert McCain in sixth in the 97. Jackson Brown starting seventh, and Aaron Schugel starting eighth. You have Trenton Wilkins starting ninth. As we'll hopefully get a look at some of these drivers here. Trenton Wilkins starting ninth. Jose Aguilar starting 10th. Colby Duckworth 11th. Jason Hall once again subbing in for Caden F. Collado, as he is currently out with an ankle injury. He'll be starting 12th. Miles Davis 13th. Kai Collymore 14th. There was an article posted about him in Fastlane News recently about his big points penalty. It's going to negatively affect him. Chase Smith starting 15th. Cameron Campbell starting 16th. Joseph Enright 17th. Devin Corey 18th. Asher Bunkley 19th. Michael Priviat 20th. Travis Prather 21st. Kendorian Davis 22nd. Cannon Vaughn 23rd. Michelle Miller 24th. Carmelo Echeverria 25th. Aiden Currit 26th. Wyatt Blair 27th. Cash Culp 28th. Nicholas Rode 29th. Riley Ibanez 30th. William Johnson 31st. Carter McMillan 32nd. And Peter Hoppy, I do not know. I believe Peter Hoppy may be racing. Yes, Peter Hoppy is racing. I think he may have missed qualifying. But that right there, that is your grid here tonight. We're going to take a look at our pole sitter, Jacob Quill, as the pace truck is just now starting to move. He's pulling it down off to the side. He might have to go do something real quick. Getting a look on the nose there. Max Ford. Jacob Quill parked it. He's going to be inheriting the race lead. Yeah, Jacob Quill still sitting there. Max Ford will inherit the race lead. On board with Tyler Helms. He'll be starting P4. So now we'll be getting our scoring box and vertical ticker pulled up here. This is going to be a 100 lap race. It's going to be long. These drivers are going to have to bear down and get their way through this long race. As Jacob Quill is in the booth, I still don't know if he's racing. There he's going now. Our pole sitter catching back up to his starting position. May delay the green a lap or two. Not quite sure. We're going to look at our current race leader, Max Ford, inheriting that lead as the pace truck, sharp left turn down pit road. We are officially green flag from Atlanta. Max Ford at the race start. Christian Zarate starting on that outside. You can see Jose Aguilar back there. He's trying to make a good run, trying to make a 3-wide run. Not going to quite work. Going into turn 1. Out of 2, Max Ford, still your race leader. Going down the backstretch, see those sparks coming up. As here comes Wyatt Thompson making that push into second. You see some of these trucks starting to step out a little bit. There's Jackson Brown splitting it 3 on the bottom, 30 wide currently for P3. Christian Zarate challenging for the lead up in P1 there. Max Ford. Ford's going to clear him coming out of 2, some bumping. Further in the back, very much pack racing so far. They're all very close together. As you can see right there, currently focused on Trenton Wilkins. Back onto the front stretch, it's going to be 3 out of 100. Going to go to Max Ford. Still taking a look further back, 5th place. Troy Wilkin holding his ground against Wyatt Thompson. Looking back up at the lead. New challenger, new contender. Tyler Helms, he's up in the mix. Max Ford running that middle lane in 3 and 4. Christian Zarate running low. Tyler Helms running wherever they are. And Jackson Brown right behind them. Still going to be Max Ford at the line. Ford is going to clear Zarate. Maybe not quite going back into one. He is. Helms moving wherever he can, trying to find a gap, tucking back in line. Helms, kind of known as a truck merchant here in the Universal iRacing Series. Into P2, Jackson Brown, P4, Wilkin once again P5. As Brown starting to make that move for P3 against Zarate there. Down on the inside into turn 1. Get a little bit of a wider shot here. So they come out at 2, heading down the backstretch. We'll take a look. Looking on Christian Zarate's on board here. Nose cam. Running that middle line compared to Tyler Helms and Max Ford in front of him. He's going to slip up a little bit, give him a little bit of some space. There's Jackson Brown. Onboard camera. New race leader, Tyler Helms. He's going to clear Max Ford coming out of turn 2 onto the back straight. We have some trucks sliding around in the back there. Jackson Brown now fighting for that 3rd position. Max Ford, Tyler Helms still 1-2 as it was nearly at the beginning. Now, a lot of these drivers are going to have to start preserving their tires. This is a rough racetrack. We've seen some of them getting loose already, because we know it's going to get pretty loose on the long run. It's a fairly multi-groove track. As you see the battle currently between Helms and Ford there for the lead. Taking a look at some of our storylines. Jacob Quill, currently P16. He's chasing his 20th all-time Universal iRacing Series win, put up 2nd all-time as the caution is out. Caution is out. Wreck in the back. We're going to try to get a replay on that. See the 90 truck of Riley Ibanez involved. I believe it may have stemmed from something further up. Trying to get a replay on that. As there we see right there, that is the 72 Michelle Miller, excuse me, just got hooked by Peter Hoppy there coming off the corner. Man, rear bumper got in the air. We'll get another replay look at that. Coming off the corner here. Hoppy into the grass. Just clip that 72. 72 got some good airtime at the front stretch here. Sliding across. We'll bring out our first caution of the night. Ooh, and the 7 there of Michael Priviat, he got involved. 57 of Cash Culp just sliding by there. We'll look on board there with Cash Culp here in slow motion. As you can see, Cash Culp, we'll go full speed for this. Nearly making his way through, nearly involved in that incident there. Here we are, live look. Max Ford, current race leader. Tyler Helms behind him, Brown behind again. Zarate, Duckworth up to P5. That rounds out your top 5 right there. Now, as we saw involved in that wreck, it's going to be 25 of Peter Hoppy Jr. pulling it into the pits. He's our current defending truck champion. He's still looking for his first career Universal iRacing Series win. He's made 37 starts in the truck and 110 overall, and he's still searching for that first win. A lot of people wondering if that may be able to come today. He has an average finish of 5.2 in the trucks at intermediate speedways as he's coming back off of pit road. Involved in that incident there. This is the first Legacy Atlanta race in the trucks in Universal iRacing Series history. So history being made here tonight, no matter who the winner of this race is. Cash Culp on pit road, coming off right now. They're gonna look back. Let's talk about Daytona. Daytona, we had a incident coming towards the line. After that, Max Ford inherited the lead. He's choosing the outside line for this restart. Our top 5 from Daytona was Max Ford, Tyler Helms, Jared Green, Jose Aguilar, and Jackson Brown. 3 of those guys currently in the top 5, that being Helms, Ford, and Brown. Actually making up your top 3, I believe. Christian Zarate, he's up in a position that we didn't really see him at much last week. I believe he did get involved in a couple of incidents last week. As the pace truck, I should say, about ready to pull it down pit road once again, ending the first caution of the day. Max Ford, your controlled car, bringing it back to the restart zone. Green is out. Ford with a real good launch. Helm still in second. Zarate got a better launch off of the restart. He's going to try to battle for that 3rd position. I'd say first top 5 or so got fouled out single after that restart there. Coming down the back straight. That good view of all the trucks. You see some in the back hitting the wall. Zarate trying to make that low line work. Nearly 3 wide. Still keeping it 2. Helms, Brown running that middle line. Helms crossover move at the start-finish line. He's going to lead this lap. Barely. Man, that was real close lap there. Top 5 still in a pack. Helms, current leader. Ford behind. Brown just got past Zarate for that 3rd spot. Max Ford battling back on that outside line. Outside seems to be working pretty well for him. Let's watch for another crossovers. They're currently 2. They were just 3 wide for 3rd place back there. Here comes Colby Duckworth up into that 3rd position, pushing that number 1. He's going to duck down to his inside. They're 2 by 2 by 2 in the front here. As we have a wrecker in the back. That is, I don't know who that is, but we're keeping it green. Helms Ford still battling. And they are nearly wrecking. That was very, very impressive save by the 11 there. Jackson Brown, he's going to inherit the lead from that contact with the 11. Lap 15 out of 100. Yeah, Jackson Brown, he's had a pretty good race so far. He started, let's see where he started. We're looking Jackson Brown in that 98 truck. Colby Duckworth now trying to challenge on the outside there. Take a look on Duckworth. He's currently leading the race. Gonna get that run coming off the outside. You see that slow car up in front. I believe that's the 05 Asher Bunkley, I believe. This Duckworth, he's gonna take the lead, clear by about 5 or 6 car lengths now over Jackson Brown. Tyler Helms really pushing Jackson Brown, trying to catch back up to him. Take a look a little bit further back. It's Jacob Miller, the 73 we're looking at right now. He's currently battling around with Aaron Schugel, as we have cars wrecking in the back there. Wyatt Blair, Michael Priviat once again, Joseph Enright involved. We're going to get a replay on that. Trying to get the best angle for you guys, and you can see that starts real far up there. That's, who is that up there? That's, try to get a good view of that. That's the number 16 of William Johnson. Looks like much of that. Kai Collymore looks like got into the wall. And then the... trying to take a look at that. Sorry about that. Just kind of wrecked coming off the corner. You see there, gonna go on board Joseph Enright. You can see the wreck starting way up ahead there. Collymore on the wall. Enright just kind of, I wouldn't say arca braked his way through that, but nearly got involved in that. Let's go up a little bit, see who that was in that wreck. Oh, so I believe that was Kendorian Davis that might have gotten turned around there. No, that's not Kendorian. Ooh, excuse me, that's Miles Davis. Same last name. Miles Davis that got turned around there. We'll take another look at that. You can see the 78, Collymore in that 38. He got into the wall right there. Just kind of came across, or not Kendorian, excuse me. Miles got hooked. Wyatt Blair checking up, got Priviat into his back end. McCain involved in that as well. Unfortunate incident. So we're going to come back live. I believe current race leader is Travis Prather. There were pit stops, missed those. Trying to look at the, trying to get a replay on the incident there. As Asher Bunkley is going to get a wave around the pace truck. Excuse me. Yes, leader is going to be Travis Prather. Peter Hoppy restarting on his outside. From the looks of it, seems like those two might have stayed out. Tyler Helms, Colby Duckworth, Christian Zarate, Trent, look at all those guys were in the front. I believe they probably came down pit road for some Sunoco fuel and some Goodyear tires. So again, let's take a second and talk about Peter Hoppy. He's had a fairly remarkable Universal iRacing Series career. He was, last time we ran a season in the truck, he won the season, but Hoppy has not won a points-paying UIS race so far. As you can see, there's him against Tyler Helms. We'll keep this up for the restart. Tyler Helms starting third, Hoppy second. We can take a look at that on the restart. As pace truck once again down pit road. Prather going to be the control car. Green's back out. Prather and Helms. Helms splitting it 3 early. Sticking it to the outside of Prather on that restart. A little bit of the solo restart for the 41 truck there. Zarate right behind Helms. They're going to be pushing each other coming down the back. They're going to try to get as much as a run as they can coming down here. This is Zarate and Helms. Helms currently with the lead. Kendorian Davis up to P3. Looks like those new tires, if they did get some, have been holding up pretty well. As I believe the caution, yes, the caution's back out once again. Let's try to, oh, We have a pretty big wreck. Looks like here. Take a look at that. The 27 truck of Carter McMillan. We'll get a look here on our Universal iRacing Series instant replay. Running around with Jacob Will. Looks like the wreck actually started in front there, further up in front. So hard to identify where these wrecks start once they end up involving so many people. You can just play what happens. 27 looks like he got around pretty good. And there's taking a look at Devin Corey right there. He made his way through that wreck pretty good. Other guys involved. I believe Nicholas Road involved. Yeah, his scheme is not loaded there, so apologies for that. Some guys involved there. The wreck was about mid-pack. So we're going to come back, take a look live at our race leader again, Tyler Helms. Zarate back behind. Tyler Helms, the pretty good run so far. Did not qualify pole, but he qualified pretty far up, and he's had a pretty impressive run so far. As lights on the pace truck, gonna go back off. Tyler Helms choosing the outside. Christian Zarate inside. Truck there getting a wave around. Slowly pacing around the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We have a slow car sitting on the apron there. Yeah, that's Nicholas Road there. He's probably trying to fall to the tail end of the field after being involved in that last incident there. Nicholas Road had a pretty good run last weekend at Daytona. Sadly got involved in an incident on the white flag, got spun down to the infield. Don't believe he finished within the top 5 or top 10 even for that matter, so he's probably trying to look to rebound at least a little bit in terms of a points finish. Helms, your control truck. Zarate is going to be starting on his inside. Forward behind Helms, coming back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back out. Tyler Helms with a fairly good race start. Max Ford right on his bumper. Zarate on Ford's inside. Currently challenging for that P2 position. As we come down the back straightaway. Zarate still maintaining that second spot. A little bit further back, you can see, looking right here, Max Ford challenging on that outside line. Seems to be working for him as they're 3 wide right behind. Kendorian Davis, Trenton Wilkin, and Wyatt Thompson. They were just 3 wide there for a second. Kobe Duckworth falling back to 7th. He's He's had a pretty good run so far. He was up in the lead not too long ago. We're going to take a look back for the race lead. Max Ford around the outside. He's going to take it away from Tyler Helms for the time being. Emphasis on for the time being. Zarate challenging for that second position. Thompson up to fourth. These drivers, their tires are about 9 laps old. Jacob Quill, currently the furthest up truck on newer tires. His tires are about 4 laps old. Zarate trying to challenge down the backstretch. He's going to have the slight advantage going into 3. Helms and Ford are going to be together. Duckworth up to P3. Caution. Back out once again. Try to see who was involved in that incident. Peter Hoppy with smoke coming from his engine. Let's try to get a replay on what happened there. Your defending Truck Series champion in the Universal IRacing Series involved in that incident there. Let's get a look at what happened. Down the backstretch, I believe that's Kai Collingmore there in the Outback truck. Oh, man, whoever that is hooked him, and oh, man, Hoppy was up and over. He was on his lid, collected that 31 truck there. Man, Peter Hoppy, rough ride. He was just upside down. Sorry we missed out on stream. Focused on the battle for the lead. Peter Hoppy up and over. We're going to take a look on board with that there at full speed. See coming out of turn 2. We'll just let the video play for itself. Rough ride there for Peter Hopp. You can see he's coming down pit road. He's going to have to use his fast repair if he hasn't already. He was involved in that wreck very early on there. He is. He'll use his fast repair. Race leader Christian Zarate up in front. I know Peter Hoppy's not going to be very pleased with whoever it was that caused that incident there. As Nicholas Road, he's getting his wave around. He's going to be back on the lead lap here. The field picking it back up to the race leader of Christian Zarate. I believe they may be coming to 1 to go this time by. Yes, they are. Christian Zarate. He's going to choose the inside line here. Here, Peter Hoppy is just involved in that wreck. He's back out on track. He was just upside down there. Got our car blinking up ahead. Miles Davis, that number 76 Ally truck. Take a look at another guy fairly far up. Colby Duckworth, he's had a pretty good run so far here today. We'll get a close-up on him. That Andy Duckworth heating and cooling truck there. Up into P3. It's going to be Christian Zarate on the restart here in the Fast Cash Racing Designs Chevrolet Silverado, not number 53. Max Ford Safe Light Toyota Tundra on his outside. Pace truck down once again. Geico restart zone. Green flags back out. Christian Zarate, the powerful race lead there. Ford Helms trying to rebound a little bit there. still clear by about 1 car length. Gap slowly closing now. Less than half a second, less than 0.1 second, as he's nearly onto his side. Battle for second going strong there. Zarate might try to clear him coming off the corner here. Not going to quite have enough. They're going to be nearly even at the line. Still to Zarate. Now to Max Ford. Back to Zarate. Intense fight for the lead here. As they make a little bit of contact coming off the corner, they're going to keep it clean. Down the back, Max Ford with the slight advantage. Helms on the outside. Zarate on the inside. Battle for P2. Duckworth with Helms there. Out of 4. It's going to be lap 34 out of 100. Max Ford with about a 2 to 3 car length lead. It's going to be Colby Duckworth and Tyler Helms. They're going to both come looking for that lead here. Colby's kind of boxing Tyler in. Tyler's not going to be able to switch lines like he'd want to. Take a look here from the blimp cam as they're going into turn 1. Max Ford with about a 2 to 3 length car lead. Helms got that run off the corner. He's gonna get a big gain here into 3. Big dive bomb from that 1. He's gonna slide up a little bit. Ford's gonna keep the momentum through the corner. Gonna be able to keep it there. Colby blinked out a little bit there. Zarate, Wilkin battling back there. That's all for P3. Trenton Wilkin on Christian Zarate's tail right there. On his tailgate, trying to get past him for that position. Let's talk about Miles Davis. He was just involved in that incident earlier on. He's back up to P5 now, up to P4 around Zarate on the outside line. Fighting for the battle back here. It's pulled down a little bit in the front for the lead. We're going to take a look. Max Ford, current race leader, also current points leader after that win in Daytona. Basically dead even as there's smoke up ahead. Caution is not out. Caution's not out yet, I believe. Watching the battle between Zarate, Davis, and Schugel. Into 4. Oh, contact. Kendorian Davis, he's wrecking across the start-finish. Oh, wrecking across the start-finish line. Kendorian Davis, Carmelo Echeverria, caution's going to fly. Once again, we saw that get started way back. We're going to get a replay right here. Aaron Schugel just kind of slid up into Christian, or not into Christian Zarate, excuse me, into Kendorian Davis. That's the 18 there of, let me find it here real quick. Not quite sure who that 18 is. Looking for it right here. I believe that 18 may be, I don't know who that 18 is. But the 18 involved in that, and Carmelo just kind of, looks like he might have just kept his foot in it and kind of forced Kendorian back into the wall there. Interesting to see what will happen there. Kendorian Davis obviously with big time damage there. You can see smoke coming from his engine. We'll try to get a look and see who that we'll try to get a look and see who that 18 truck is. We're just taking a look through our field here. So here we see leaders coming down pit road. You can see Jacob Quill, your pole sitter. He has the first box. All the drivers coming in, basically all cars on the lead lap coming in. 18 is Chase Smith involved in that incident. Quill into his box. Zarate behind him, Ford, Helms. It's going to be a race off of pit road. Who's it going to be? The driver's just exiting. Looks like it's going to be Ford, Helms, Duckworth, Zarate. It's going to be your race off of pit road. There it is, Ford, Helms, Duckworth, Zarate, Davis, Schul, and Wilkin. It's going to be your race off of pit road. Jason W. Hall, Jacob Quill, looks like they may be protesting position there. Neither one quite sure who got off of pit road first. I believe position's going to end up going to Jacob Quill, as he did have the furthest up box. Or not. Position still being thought about. Jackson, 3 cars did not pit. Jackson Brown, Jose Aguilar, Peter Hoppy. 3 cars that did not pit will make up your top 3. Max Ford, Tyler Helms, they pitted. Brown, Aguilar, and Hoppy, those guys are all on 12-lap tires now. A couple of those have been run under caution, as we are now back 1 to green. You can see Cannon Vaughn coming off of pit road. Jackson Brown, race leader once again. Jose Aguilar back on the outside. Lap 42 out of 100. Down the back, Jackson Brown. League owner, current first place driver. Still under caution here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Getting ready to go back live. Excuse me, green, not live. We are still live. Sorry about that. Jackson Brown, gonna be your starter. Back into the Geico restart zone. Green, green, green. Green flag's back out. Jose Aguilar spun the tires there on that restart. Gonna allow Peter Hoppy to get nearly even with him. Possibly even clear him going into 1, as he does clear him. Now here comes Tyler Helms, Christian Zarate, Max Ford, all the guys that pitted for tires. Tires may be very beneficial here. Jose Aguilar just getting swallowed back into the field. Zarate, a little bit loose there. Schugel, possible contact as Schugel's wrecking. And back up into the field goes Wilkin. Caution back out once again. There's Jason W. Hall involved once again. Caution early on that restart. Didn't even make it a full lap. We're going to take a look back. Aaron Schugel, we're going to get a replay there on that. See what happened. So you can see, we'll take a look on the blimp cam. Off of that restart, looks like there was some contact between him and the 19. Sent the 91 into the 53. It kind of just chain reacted from there. We'll get a view from our chopper cam. Trying to save it. 6 just got hooked right into that. Trenton Wilkin back up into the track. Front of Miles Davis clipped Jacob Quill there. Your pole sitter Wyatt D. Thompson. Looks like he might have been involved there a little bit. Big wreck there for those drivers. Looking at Aaron Schugel. Condorian Davis involved once again. Nicholas Road. Big wreck down the backstretch for these drivers. Jackson Brown, still your race leader. After that wreck right there. Hoppy up a position. Jose Aguilar did not pit. He's dropped all the way back down to 6th place after he was in 2nd. some of the guys that did pit for tires, some of the guys that did not pit for tires. Tires do have a pretty good advantage here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Older track really likes to eat up the track surface, so not shocking that we see that happening there with the drivers needing tires to stay competitive. Though, as it is right now, top two are currently 15 laps on these tires compared to the 4 on Tyler Helms and Max Ford and Colby Duckworth further behind. Looking at Jackson Brown. Let's take a look at Peter Hoppy. He was upside down earlier. He's running a breast cancer awareness month truck, I should say. It's a pace truck. Lights are going to come off. Going to be 1 lap to go. Brown choosing the inside. Hoppy going out. Going to be Helms then Ford. See the cars coming off of pit lane there. Jackson Brown has led a couple of laps so far this race. Mostly in this little stint right here. If not all of them from this stint right here. Nearly halfway through this race, we haven't had a super long green flag run quite yet, but hopefully we'll get one of those relatively soon. Some nice green flag racing would be a little bit nice. Take what we get. Your UBN Prospect Series race at Atlanta, week 2. Jackson Brown, current race leader, pace truck down pit road, back to the Geico restart zone, green, green, green. Back out once again at Atlanta. Poor restart by the 25 there. It's going to allow the 1 of Helms up into that second position. Ford's trying to look to benefit off of that as well. Max Ford's going to get up to P3 from that. Jackson Brown, he's a sitting duck on these older tires. Zarate sliding in line as here comes Tyler Helms making the move on Jackson Brown into 3. Jackson can't really do much with those older tires. Although he does have Max Ford behind him, so maybe Ford will try to push him. Helms not quite clear. That lap's going to go to Brown. Brown still with the slight advantage, taking that high side onto the front and into 1. He's going to pull up a little bit of an advantage as cautions back out once again. William Johnson turned around. Oh, just involved in a wreck there. Trenton Wilkin, Carmelo Echeverria, Robert McCain involved right there. We'll try to get another look at that. Saw them moving around quite a bit on the backstretch. Not quite sure what happened there. Oh, check up from Travis Prather. Up and into that 16, involving a couple of other trucks there. Unfortunate incident there. Some of those trucks were running pretty fast. 97 Robert McCain, he had a pretty hard hit the outside wall there. Don't believe that the 97 of Robert McCain is still on track. He's pulling it into pitch right now. You can see the truck shaking a little bit, pulling it into a closed pit. 2, probably a significant amount of damage. Jackson Brown, let's talk about him. He's still your race leader, even after being on about 11 lap older tires than everybody else in the top 5. Everybody else on the top 5 pitted on lap 41. Jackson didn't pit then, so looks like we're not going to see any of this main pack coming down pit road other than Peter Hoppy. Pit road is still closed, so no shocker there. Probably going to open this time by. Lap 50 out of 100. One more to our halfway point in this race so far. Been a pretty long one so far. Keeping in it for the long haul. Top 10 stayed relatively unchanged almost all day. See Tyler Helms up in P2. Tyler has 3 wins in the trucks at these intermediate speedways. Christian Zarate's got 2 in the trucks. Looks like we're not going to have many takers from the lead pack coming down pit road. Maybe pit road is just not going to open. So we're coming back 1 lap to green. Brown inside once again. Seems like that inside line on restarts may be just what he needs. As you can see there, a bunch of trucks coming out of pit road. Presumably all of those were involved in that wreck, or involved in some sort of incident prior. Or just getting repairs of some sort. Max Ford on Jackson Brown on his back end. About to come out of 4, pace truck once again. Hard left down pit road. Jackson Brown, control truck once again. Green flag back out as Tyler Helms, he slides his tires there. Tyler Helms wrecking once again. Ticker's moving all sorts of about. We'll get a replay there. Tyler Helms, he slid his tires. Jose Aguilar, Wyatt D. Thompson, Jacob Quill, all involved in that. Just a spinning his tires restart. But that means Jackson Brown is going to lead more laps here at Atlanta. Now been 23 since he's come down pit road, but that doesn't seem to matter because most of those 23 have been run under caution. Catching up to the pace truck. Joseph Enright, he's up to P4 in that 67 truck. He won his dual race, closest ever finish in the Universal IRacing Series. Christian Zarate coming down pit road. Maybe some others. Get on the nose cam here, Max Ford. Can hear the gravel and the rubbers. Just the pieces of pieces of debris there from that incident that just happened. Some of those trucks' tires dragging that onto the track. Onboard Max Ford. truck on board with a guy who's maybe flown a little bit under the radar all night. It's going to be that number 15 of Colby Duckworth. He's had a pretty good run so far, I'd say. Been up in the top 5 pretty much all night. He's run pretty fast, all in all. So, don't count him out. Maybe a little bit of internet issues, possibly on my part. If that is, then apologies. Once again, sorry if the commentary is not that great. Sorry if my voice doesn't sound great. I'm feeling just a little bit under the weather right now. Still doing good enough though. Choosing once again. Jackson Brown inside, Max Ford outside. Trucks coming off of pit road. All trying to not go one lap down. Now, for those of you that are watching the stream back at home, if you aren't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe for streams. We race about 3 times a week here, Universal iRacing Series. Also, make sure to join our Discord if you want to participate in these events. So yeah, make sure to like the live, help us out a little bit, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord if you want to maybe take part in some of these races. Maybe race in this 3rd series division. Pace truck down once again. Leave. Yep, I'm way behind. Goodness. Sorry about that. Jackson Brown still on the point. Max Ford 2nd. Duckworth 3rd. Enright 4th. Sorry for the technical difficulties on my part. Jackson Brown, tire difference might be starting to show. Colby Duckworth nearly on his inside. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead, nearly 3. Max Ford, Joseph Enright all into the outside wall there. They're going to be 3 for 3rd here. Schugel backing out. Didn't want to press the issue too much. Jackson Brown trying to get back onto Max Ford's inside. Wasn't quite enough. Max Ford still pulling away with the race lead. Duckworth back down to the inside. Still nearly 3 with Schugel in that 91. Not quite 3, just about there. Peter Hoppy up to P6 after being upside down and on his lid earlier today. Quite the impressive rebound. Now, quick little thing about Peter Hoppy, like I said, he's made 37 starts in the trucks, 110 overall in the Universal iRacing Series. He has not won a points-paying race yet. So a lot of people are wondering, could this be the night? Jacob Quill right behind him. He's made quite the rebound too. Jacob Quill had some issues. He was involved in that restart wreck there not too long ago. Schugel running up high. Brown, he's blocking for his life. These guys on newer tires, they're just going to try to get around him. You see Duckworth there. Schugel pushing Brown. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Still sticking at 3. Schugel backing out. There, it means they're going to be 3 wide behind. Still 3. Hoppy all the way down to the inside. It's going to be Schugel and Duckworth middle. Brown, Quill, Helms high. Colby Duckworth is going to benefit the most. They're 4 wide. Jackson Brown spinning, wrecking in the front. Believe caution will fly. All drivers avoiding the incident there. Hard racing. Ends in a heartbreak for Jackson Brown. As you can see, that 91 just got on his left rear quarter panel. Now Jackson got up into the wall, but good job there. Not getting any other drivers involved. Good job holding his brakes there. See, he's getting it back moving again. He's fallen all the way down to 24th place. 31 lap old tires. He's been on the tire set longest out of anybody here in the field so far. Now let's talk about this. Colby Duckworth. Excuse me, Colby Duckworth. He's fought his way. He needed that caution. Max Ford pulled away quite a bit from the field behind. Colby, Peter, Aaron, guys like that, they needed that caution to be able to catch back up to Max. If anybody's going to be able to challenge him tonight, it's going to have to be one of those guys there. Lap 62 out of 100. Caution back out for, I believe, the 4th or 5th time tonight. Drivers down pit road. Peter Hoppy stayed out. Travis Prather out. Max Ford, he came down pit road. He's blinking a little bit down there. Left side up. I believe he's probably going to be the first one off. He is. First one off. Colby Duckworth. Second off. Aaron Schugel. Tyler Helms. Wyatt Blair in that 0 truck, he made up some pretty good ground. Cameron Campbell. There's Wilkin and McMillan there. My dog's barking over nothing. Hoppy, race leader. Finished second a lot in the trucks here. Never been able to put together the win. Quill coming back down pit road. Not quite sure what for. Peter Hoppy, gonna be your race leader. Choosing that inside line. Travis Prather going to be starting outside. Seeing a little bit of strategy here. Mostly tire strategy between these guys. Top 2 stayed out there. Basically everybody on back hit it on that last restart. Got 4 tires. Probably got some fuel too. Peter Hoppy, Travis Prather, Max Ford, Colby Duckworth, top 4 drivers. It's going to be Aaron Schugel, 5th. Helms, 6th. Blair, 7th. Campbell, 8th. Wilkin, 9th. McMillan, 10th. Pace truck back down pit road. Peter Hoppy, your control truck, green. Once more, Peter Hoppy with a great jump there on the restart. Travis Prather spun his tires a little bit there on the restart. It's going to check up the outside line. Going to check up Colby Duckworth, especially Cameron Campbell a little bit. Max Ford, pretty good restart. Caught back up to Peter Hoppy. He's going to be on his outside, coming out of the backstretch. Got the better run, coming out of the corner into 3. Ford on the outside, Hoppy on the inside. Nearly neck and neck. It's going to be Ford with the slight advantage coming off the corner. Believe that they are wrecking in the back. Yes, they are. Wyatt Blair, caution's going to fly once again. Don't even have a caution count at this point. Going to get a replay on that. I believe the caution may be out for Wyatt Blair, who just lost it coming out the corner. Back up into the traffic. Jacob Quill involved. Rough day for Jacob, man. I feel sorry for him. There's Wyatt Blair towing to pit road. Max Ford, I believe, waiting for the pace truck to come by and pick him up. Aaron Schugel there. There's the pace truck. They were waiting for the pace truck. Max Ford got the race lead there from Peter Hoppy. Peter Hoppy coming down pit road. Travis Prather coming down pit road. Jose Aguilar, Miles Davis, all those guys that didn't pit, they're coming down. That alternate strategy there. Tyler Helms rebounded pretty good after that incident there on that restart. A few restarts ago, whenever he spun his tires. Fell back a little bit, but he's found his way back up pretty well so far. Lap 67 out of 100. Max Ford, still your race leader. He's down on the apron. He may be trying to come in this time. May also be... they may also be coming to 1 lap to go. If Max Ford does come down pit road, I believe Aaron Schugel probably will too. Not going to come down pit road this time. Anybody in that front pack there. I believe they will be coming back 1 lap to green. Lights on the pace truck coming off. Max Ford choosing the inside. Aaron Schugel starting on the outside. Tyler Helms third. Colby Duckworth fourth. Been quite the race so far. Max Ford, he may be trying to preserve fuel all the way down on the apron. Don't know how close these races can get, but I know for a fact that if these guys are low on fuel, they're gonna do everything in their power to try to preserve as much as they can. So don't be shocked if that's what we're seeing there from that 11 truck Safe Light Toyota Tundra. Yeah, way down on that apron. I believe he may be trying to preserve some fuel there. Pace truck down pit road. Again, hopefully for the final time tonight. Max Ford restart. Green flag back out. Good restart for the inside line. Max Ford and Tyler Helms both got a good restart there. Tyler Helms going to clear Aaron Schugel. Not for long, though. Schugel, bit of a shove from Wilkin there in P4. Now challenging for P3. Helms still on that outside line. Ford on that outside line, leading the pack. But not for long. Here comes Aaron Schugel challenging on the inside line for the race lead. Pitted on the same lap. He has, seems like he might have the slight advantage here as Trenton Wilkin also challenging for the lead here. Max Ford, slight advantage. Gonna be trading back and forth between Aaron and Max here. See Wyatt Blair, slow car on the apron there. Max Ford, slight advantage out of 2 down the backstretch here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Lap 70 out of 100. Nearly side by side for second. They are side by side for second. Aaron Schugel, Trenton Wilkin battling there. Tyler Helms, P4. Schugel got into the grass there a little bit. Looking on P5, Cameron Campbell. A little bit back from the main 4 there. Trenton Wilkin, he may give Max Ford a run for his money here, trying to keep up with him. About 1 car length, half a car length separate the top 2 here. About 1 car length between all of them. Gap slightly shorter between that second and third place trucks there. Out of 4. 30 to go right now. Make that 29. Schugel trying to fight his way back up to that second position. Track has gotten down to basically being one lane dominant. Maybe these guys are just trying to preserve a little bit. Who knows? Only time will tell if this is becoming a fuel strategy race. Who will last? Who will make it to the end? Max Ford pulling away actually from that second place truck of Trenton Wilkin. We are seeing some sort of fuel strategy call here from Trenton Wilkin, maybe trying to save, and caution is back out. Peter Hoppy once again. Let's try to get a replay there on Peter Hoppy. Looking here, not sure what happened to Peter. See Peter there with Kai Collymore out of turn 4. Oh, you can see, who's that? Riley Ibanez in front. Oh, and just got hooked. And oh my goodness, Peter Hoppy up and over for the second time today. My goodness, we're gonna get another replay on that wreck right there. A little bit of right rear hook action there from Collymore, maybe trying to react to that 90, trying to check up and avoid him. Peter Hoppy up and into the catch fence. Big time air there for the 90. It's been twice today he's been upside down. That might be his race. See, looks a little bit like netcode than the actual collision there. Peter Hoppy catching some air. Roll cage first into the catch fence. Man, he got some real good air there. I mean, just take a second. Look at Peter Hoppy. Onto his lid. Collymore right there. I believe Collymore may have gotten around that. Jeez. This has been one struggle of a race for Peter Hoppy for sure. Not really at his fault. Been involved in 2 wrecks that sent him upside down. Neither of which I would really say are his fault. And I believe Peter Hoppy has towed it back to pits, and would not be shocked if he's out of the car, out of the truck after that. Miles Davis, current race leader. Joseph Enright second, William Johnson third, Travis Prather fourth, Nicholas Rode fifth. That your lead pack there: Max Ford, Trenton Wilkin, Tyler Helms, Aaron Schugel, Colby Duckworth. All of those guys came down pit road, so that front pack that we see there, top 5 of Davis, Enright, Johnson, Prather, and Rode, those guys are all on some older tires. Davis actually on newer tires than Enright and Johnson. Prather and Nicholas Rode actually pit this lap, so maybe Nicholas Rode was able to pull some sort of strategy call and gain a good amount of positions. I'm not quite sure how he got up to there, but Nicholas Rode, he's gained quite a couple of positions. I try to refresh my schemes real quick here. See if we can get Nicholas Rode's scheme to load for you guys. Everything's slowly loading. All the schemes slowly starting to come back. This road scheme not wanting to load for me. Apologies for that. So now I've lost the ticker on my screen. I know it's still on the stream, but I have lost that. So apologies there. I'm gonna have to do some rearranging here to try to call this race effectively. Back to the restart. It's going to be Miles Davis. Back into the restart zone. Green back out. Miles Davis with a pretty good jump. Gonna be Johnson, Enright, as Max Ford sending it 3 wide on the bottom. Gonna send him back up to second place. All those cars that are on those older tires did not get quite the restart that they would have wanted. Tyler Helms up to P3. All those cars that were on the older tires did not get that good of a start. Max Ford now going for the race lead on the outside of Miles Davis. Miles Davis not been in the lead much today. He's going to try to challenge here. Ford crossover low at the line. Still Davis. Lap 78 now out of 100. Still green flag racing. Max Ford back with the race lead. Tyler Helms, Miles Davis nearly even for that second place there. Helms tucking back in. Johnson, Enright still holding strong for 4th and 5th respectively. Prather up to P6. Duckworth falling back to P7 there. Battling Strugel and Road. Take a look up a little bit further. That's Prather there. Prather and Enright battling. Number 41 and 67. Tight battle there. Max Ford still with the race lead over Tyler Helms. Miles Davis falled back to P3. He has Johnson and Enright behind him. Johnson and Enright both on 17-lap-old tires. So these two are at the tire disadvantage compared to most of the field around them. These trucks get loose on the long run. That might cause some sort of effect there. You see Duckworth battling with Prather out of 4. Duckworth trying to get around Prather on the older tires by quite a bit. Excuse me, I could say Duckworth and Wilkin both trying to get around Prather. And see, that's the main concern for these guys that just pitted, trying to get around these guys that are on these older tires. As you can see now, Duckworth and Wilkin going all the way down on the inside of William Johnson there, trying to get around. Next car on Colby Duckworth's list is Joseph Enright, up into that P5. He's going to try to work his way back up there. Max Ford still your race leader. Tyler Helms about 0.2 of a second behind and closing down the back. Down to about, still nearly around 0.2 of a second. Miles Davis back further. At the corner on to the front, it's going to be getting down close to a 1/10.5. Tyler Helms slightly faster than Max Ford is. He's gaining a little bit. He's top 2 pulling away from everyone else behind. Miles Davis falling back. Schugel behind him. Duckworth rounds out your top 5. Keeping our eyes on the battle here for the lead. See Tyler Helms trying to move around a little bit, trying to find the lane Ford's not running. Going on Tyler Helms' nose camera here. He might try to set up the move into 3. Not quite, just gonna run that middle high lane. It's what these fresher tires allow you to do. Still running behind. Next closest driver, Miles Davis, about over a second behind. It's these top 2. They've nearly checked out from the rest of this field. Take a look, his right front suspension there. Been through the wall. And here, this camera angle right here shows just how far out these top 2 have checked out from the rest of the field here. As you can see, they're starting to get there as these front 2 hit the line. The other guy's just about getting into the restart zone. Tyler Helms, he's going to try to use all he can, try to get past Max Ford here. Lap 86 out of 100, starting to get towards the end of this race. These guys know it's go time. They weren't trying to go before. They got to do it now if they want to put together a good result tonight. Ford seems to be a little bit faster on the long run. Helms falling back to about 2.5 tenths compared to he's lost about a tenth. Trying to load all the way up high. See the rest of the pack further back there. Aaron Schugel kind of on an island all by himself. You can see him right there between these lead two. That pack a little bit further behind. These guys starting to run a little bit higher up. Maybe because their tires are starting to get a little bit more worn. Max Ford, a little bit slow there. Tyler Helms back to about a 10.5 behind the leader, that number 11 truck. Down the back into 3. Gonna be nose to tail. It's gonna be really close. We'll go back on the nose camera here. We'll look at the gearbox camera from Max Ford. Just see how close Tyler Helms is getting, as he's gonna be on his outside, nearly going into turn 1. You can see he's right there. He's gonna be trying to set it up on his outside. Not gonna quite work. Down the back, Tyler Helms got the better run. Not gonna set up the move quite yet. He's gonna wait. Coming to the line this time. It's gonna be 11 laps to go. Lap 90 out of 100. Tyler Helms on Max Ford's rear bumper. When's Tyler gonna make the move? It's the question that we're all wondering here at home. Tyler Helms on the outside, not quite making the move stick. Coming to the line this time, it's gonna be 10 laps to go. Still the same situation as we were earlier. Tyler Helms staying right on Max Ford's rear bumper. 10 laps to go. Coming out of 4. Now this time it's going to be 9 laps to go as we have a truck wrecking. We're going to see if we keep it green. Truck further on back. I believe they're going to try to keep it green unless something else happens here. Try to let these lead two finish each other. Tyler Helms still fighting for that race lead. Lap 93 out of 100. The clock is ticking. Time is ticking down. It's getting there. Taking a look on our chopper cam. Tyler Helms is going to have to do something soon. Aaron Schugel in P3, he's not catching up to them. Kai Collymore, Trenton Wilkin battling for P4. Going to keep our eye on the battle for the race lead here between these top two. The 1-1 versus the 1. Coming up on a lapper. Going to get past very quickly. That's Asher Bunkley in the 05 truck. Max Ford still with that slight advantage. Whatever Tyler Helms was doing earlier was working really, really well. Max Ford slowly pulling away. Difference is about 0.3 now. 0.3 slowly shrinking there. Helms gets into the outside wall. That's gonna stretch the advantage for Ford to about 0.4. I'm attempting to pull up the comparison right here. No promises on anything. There you can see time differential not actually showing up. That not quite working. I was expecting it to. Max Ford stretching out the lead a little bit. Time advantage now over half a second to Tyler Helms. 5 laps to go. Coming to line, it's going to be 4. Max Ford. Tyler Helms, he's just fallen back even further at this point. Gonna pray for Max Ford to get caught up in some of this lap traffic here. You see up there Jackson Brown, he's been involved in quite a few accidents today already. He might just let the 11 by. He is the race leader after all. Gonna be 98 out of 100 this time by. It's gonna be 3 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The difference, 0.7 of a second. Max Ford slowly stretching his lead. You can see the nose camera here from Tyler Helms. The gap growing further and further. Max Ford's advantage just keeps getting bigger and bigger as the time difference is nearly to 1 second. 2 laps to go at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Max Ford, he's had a fairly dominant night so far. Gonna come up on the lap car soon. Wyatt D. Thompson. Still keeping it green. Out of turn 4, Max Ford. This time by, he's gonna pick up the white flag. 1 lap to go in the UBN Prospect Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The time difference over a second to second place of Tyler Helms. Max Ford nearly has this thing in the bag. He just needs to complete 1 more half a lap down the backstretch into 3 for the final time tonight. A dominant race so far by the double 11. He's looking to make it 2 in a row. He won Daytona, and he's going to win Atlanta. Max Ford, your race winner here from Atlanta Motor Speedway in that 1-1 truck. Tyler Helms in that 1. So close yet so short. Finishing second. Aaron Schugel, 3rd place finish. Kai Collymore 4th. They wreck across the line. As here, we will get a look at your unofficial race results. Max Ford, your leader, your winner here. That's going to make it 2 in a row. That's going to stretch his points lead just a bit. We'll get interviews here in 1 second. As we're going to try to get a word from our race winner, Max Ford, once he gets into the interview waiting room. He's going to be burning it down. Down the front straightaway. Well-deserved burnouts. What a finish. What a race from that 1-1. That's going to be 2 races in a row here. Just what the doctor ordered. A race win at Atlanta Motor Speedway for Max Ford. I know this one's probably got to feel pretty good. That race win at Daytona International Speedway. Race win here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's going to be 2 in a row for him. He parks it on the start-finish line. We're going to try to get a word with him here in 1 second. let's get a second. Let's talk to our race winner, Max Ford. Congratulations, Max.
Thank you.
Quite a dominant race there. Um, Put together a really, really good race.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I just felt like me and Tyler and the whole Tricon team really nailed it this weekend, and seemed like we're the fastest out on track.
Now, how did you feel, given it about 10 laps to go? How close, how close Tyler was able to get to you? What were you thinking whenever he was, on your back bumper?
Well, once I started to feel like my right front just give out in turn 3 and 4, I was looking at what lines he was running, and he was running like typically like middle to high, and so then I was trying to just like kind of arrow block him and just like run the same line, and it ended up working out because for whatever reason he cannot get alongside of me running that top while I run middle, and even if he tried to get on my inside there, you're just gonna get the run out of the corner if you run middle or top, which was pretty easy. And then I think it was like 10 to go. He started to fall back. I don't know if there was tire wear, but I knew he hit the wall I think once. So after that, I started to like calm it down and just like take it easy a little bit.
Now, Max, this is your second Truck Series race win in a row. How does this feel knowing that you're going to have quite the point lead going into next weekend?
It's gonna feel great because I think one weekend I might miss out later, and then I also like I can prepare for like a weekend miss because I have enough points for it, and I think playoff wise I already have 10 points in the bag, and that's kind of crucial because I think it's Winston Cup playoff format, I think, something like that. I don't know. It's something like that, but I think it's a good lead that I have right now.
Words from your race winner, Max Ford. What a run. Thank you so much, Max.
Thank you.
We're going to get a word from our second place finisher, Tyler Helms. Welcome to the booth, Tyler.
Yep.
So we saw you ran top five pretty much all night. Just run me through what was happening those last 10, 15 laps.
Well, I mean, obviously, me and Max teammates, we were pulling away from everybody else, and the goal was to try to pull away with Colby. I don't really know what happened to Colby that much, or like I didn't really see him. But there was guys on older tires, so we got around them right away, and we knew we were going to be able to pull away from them once the tires started to wear. And with about 15 to go, I was running the bottom to save the tires, and he was running more towards the middle line to I guess it might have been saving the tires a little bit. I don't really know. And then you just couldn't pass on the bottom for the lead, like right there. If I got underneath him, all it would do is he would just get the run off the corner, and it would just be pointless. So I knew I had to go to the top, and every time I'd go to the top, I'd either touch one marble or I'd get right up on him, and he'd be able to clear or not clear. Well, he was clear off the exit, but he would just come next to the wall and literally just impossible to pass. But I mean, personally, I think this track sucks, and it's the worst track we have on the schedule. So I guess I'll take second.
Now, Tyler, this is your second P2 uh, in a row, both of them falling short to Max. What are you going to do coming back next week at Rockingham? What are you going to do to try to beat that adversity and hopefully place in front of him, but also hopefully get the race win?
Well, I'm gonna win at Rockingham. There's no doubt in my mind that I can do that, and I know I will. I just need to be more aggressive. I mean, I guess what I could have done today is just drove it in deeper into a corner, and took the air off him or moved him out of the way. I mean, obviously, I didn't really want to move a teammate out of the way with like 15 to go, and then my crap died with like 7 or 8 to go. But I'm not worried at all, really. I mean, it's just going to be a good championship battle between us two. Obviously, Peter had a bad day, and I mean, Rockingham's probably my best track, so we're going to there, and then we have a bye week, and then Las Vegas, and I mean, I swept Las Vegas 2 seasons ago, so I guess we'll really see where our pace is at next week.
Words from our second place finisher here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Thank you very much, Tyler. Tyler Helms. Tyler Helms very confident about his luck next week at Rockingham. We're going to get a word from our third place finisher, Aaron Schugel. Aaron, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Yeah, so you ran, I'd say top 10 most race, but what did you do? What were you able to do at the end to help you get up to that P3?
Well, honestly, I hate to disagree with your judgment here. I think we had probably a top 5 to winning car all day. It's just I was either keep getting involved in incidents or causing them. So for the lap on the crash on lap 43, if anyone is listening, I am so sorry. That is 100% on me. I just overcorrected into someone, and that someone went straight into the field. But we had such a good car or such a good truck. I think if we maybe had one more caution just to bring the leaders closer, even if they didn't pit, I think we probably could have won that. It's just our short run pace was so good. I could run the top so well. I could run the top basically flat out and still like save, or not quite flat out, but almost flat out and save pretty well. It's just they were so close to each other that they were kind of drafting off each other and sending him out there, and I kind of caught second at the end. I just couldn't really do anything with it. So, yeah.
Now, Aaron, you finished P3. I don't believe that you raced at Daytona last Monday. Do you plan on running full time this season?
I do. I really hope I can get a number change because I do not want to run the number 33. So yeah.
Well, best of luck for you in the rest of the season. And that's a word from all of our top 3 finishers here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We can go through the finishing results real quick here. You can see winning the race, number 11, Toyota Tundra, Max Ford. Second place, his teammate Tyler Helms. Third, Aaron Schugel. Fourth, Kai Collymore. Fifth, Miles Davis. Sixth, Trenton Wilkin. Seventh, Colby Duckworth. Eighth, Kendorian Davis. Ninth, Joseph Enright. And 10th, Aiden Currit. Now, finishing 11th, we got Travis Prather. 12th, Devin Corey. 13th, Riley Ibanez. 14th, Carter McMillan. 15th, Cameron Campbell. 16th, Nicholas Rode. 17th, Chase Smith. 18th, William Johnson. 19th, Carmelo Echeverria. 20th, Jackson Brown. 21st, Wyatt Thompson. 22nd, Asher Bunkley. 23rd, Wyatt Blair. 24th, Jose Aguilar. 25th, Cannon Vaughn. 26th, Peter Hoppy. 27th, your pole sitter, Jacob Quill. 28th, Robert McCain. 29th, Jason W. Hall. 30th, Cash Culp. 31st, Michelle Miller. 32nd, Christian Zarate. And rounding out your field, 33rd, Michael Priviat. Thank you so much from the Universal Broadcasting Network. This was the UBN Prospect Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I hope that you all enjoyed the broadcast tonight. I'm Maxwell Funderburk. I'm signing off for the night, and I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Catch us back here at Atlanta Motor Speedway on Friday in the Xfinity Series in our 40XLI Contender Series. And then on Saturday, you'll be able to catch our Quill Racing Setups Cup Series at Homestead Miami Speedway. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your night, and this is Maxwell Funderburk signing off.